everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I'm taking a look at the latest twist in the CrowdStrike corporate computer meltdown from this last weekend. Let's jump into it. As I'm sure everyone is aware, CrowdStrike had a bit of an issue starting on Friday of last week that took down the Windows computers of many of its customers. Airlines were shut down, hospitals were halted. Definitely a bit of a cluster. Here we have an article from The Telegraph where Microsoft is claiming that the European Union regulations caused this issue. Let's read a little bit of it. The software giant said a 2009 agreement with the European Commission meant that it was unable to make security changes that would have blocked the CrowdStrike update that triggered widespread travel healthcare chaos on Friday. CrowdStrike's Falcon system, designed to prevent cyber attacks, has privileged access to a key part of the computer known as the kernel. Microsoft, which offers its own alternative to CrowdStrike known as Windows Defender, agreed in 2009 to allow multiple security providers to install software at the kernel level amid a European competition investigation. So Microsoft claims that they would have liked to have prevented companies like CrowdStrike from being able to load and run their software in kernel space, but because they had an agreement with the EU from 2009, they couldn't banish these software companies to user space. For those of you wondering what is this kernel that I'm talking about, the kernel, for lack of a better term, is the core of the operating system. The kernel is the most privileged part of the operating system, and because of that, it doesn't have some of the protections that ordinary applications get. For example, if you're running Excel on your computer and the application tries to do something that it shouldn't, the operating system will step in and shut down the application, but keep the rest of the computer running normally. This is one of the major advantages of running an operating system. However, the kernel itself doesn't have all these types of protections. If software goes bad in the kernel, oftentimes you will get the so-called blue screen of death or a kernel panic. Because of this, any drivers or other software that is run with those privileges of the kernel will need to be very robust and cannot have bugs, as there is a chance that a bug will take down the entire machine. With that knowledge, we can summarize the situation here. Microsoft, since 2009, has been forced to allow security software makers access to the Windows kernel, and because the CrowdStrike Falcon sensor software was running in kernel space, when it had an issue, it took down the entire machine. Honestly, Microsoft's explanation does make sense from a technical standpoint. Obviously, I haven't read the 2009 EU agreement, so I'm not sure if they had any wiggle room to push security software out of the kernel. So I can't tell if this is Microsoft PR spin. As we've seen in the AI space, Microsoft's PR department has been stretching the truth a little bit lately, so it's hard to say with certainty if what they're claiming here is accurate. But there you have it, the latest twist on the CrowdStrike Microsoft Windows outage of 2024. As always, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.